Hello everybody, how are you doing? Hope you're doing fine. So today again we will have another video where we are going to review a number of grammar, vocabulary and functions lessons, okay? So today we will have these exercises right here. The first one, give the correct form of the words in brackets, okay? I think you know now the lesson. It's what? It's word formation, as we have seen in other videos. It's word formation. Of course, we're going to use prefixes and suffixes, okay? So, number one, Brahim's ambitious is to become a lawyer, okay? So, first we have the word ambitious, dangerous, okay? Advantageous, generous. These are adjectives, okay, that finish with the suffix ous. That's the suffix, okay? Ambitious, dangerous, okay? It's an adjective. And what is when someone is ambitious is when someone has dreams and wants to realize those dreams and those goals. That's an ambitious person, okay? So is to become. This person, Brahim, wants to become a lawyer. Lawyer is a job, of course. You study law at university and you become a lawyer to defend people and people's rights in court, etc., in front of a judge. Great. So, but the problem here is Brahim's. We have Brahims. When we have Brahims, we say Brahim's bag, Brahim's dad, Brahim's laptop, Brahim's phone. So what do we need? We need a noun. We don't need an adjective. So that is the problem here. So what is the noun of ambitious? Okay, it's ambition. Very good. It's an ambition. Okay, ambition. We all have ambitions. I have an ambition. You have an ambition. We all have a lot of ambitions. So Brahim's ambition, okay, is what? Is to become a lawyer. Number two, the two political parties, so in every country there are political parties, so that's why in elections we go and we vote. When you vote for, you choose a political party. So the two political parties they were not able. In the present we say can't, in the past we say couldn't. So the two parties could not agreement on the electoral reform. Okay? They did not. What do we need? Could not. What comes after models? Because couldn't is a model. After models, what do we have? When you say I can play music, I can sing, I can do this. We need a verb, okay? So we have agreements. I don't know if you have seen the other videos, but you have seen maybe examples where we add ment to the verb. Ment is a suffix like management, development. So here, that's a noun, but we need a verb. So if we remove ment, we will end up with the verb agree. And it's something that you have studied in functions, to agree and to disagree. So they could not agree on the electoral reform. So as you see, it always depends on the context. Here we had an adjective, but we needed a noun. So we changed ambitious to ambition. Here we have could not, and could not is followed normally by a verb, but here we had a noun, so we were obliged to take out the ment, the suffix ment, and we were left with the verb agree. B. Fill in the gaps with the appropriate words or phrases from the list. Again, so we have gaps, and we're going to fill in those gaps. Number one, if you look here, we have let down, put on, and came across. Which lesson is this? It's phrasal verbs. Very good. We see that there is a verb, and a preposition. Prepositions like in, on, at, etc. So let someone down. Did you study let someone down is to disappoint someone. You disappoint someone. Let someone down. Someone is waiting for you to do something and wants you to do something, but you don't do it. So the person, you let the person down. Okay? Put on your jacket, put on your clothes, and came across. The phrasal verb is come across, is to meet. Okay? You meet someone by chance. Sometimes you are in another city, you travel for holidays, and you meet a friend, an old friend, a classmate. You come. Did you plan this? Did you say we're going to meet? No. You just came across. You were shopping. You say hi, hello. That's coming across someone, meeting someone by chance. While I was shopping, so I was shopping at the supermarket, a famous actor, a very famous actor, I saw this person in the supermarket, so I let down the famous actor, I put on the famous actor, or I met this person by chance, by coincidence. Yes, of course, I came, because it's in the past, okay, came across a famous actor. Let's go to number 2. The international is worried about global warming. Global warming is something you studied in sustainable development, okay? When all the globe, okay, is suffering from pollution and the temperature gets high, and there are a lot of consequences to that. So global warming, it's an international problem. So the international trade is what? Trade is business, okay? The international community is like society, or the international system. So first we have worried. So we need some people to worry. So it can't be business. Business is worried. System is worried. But community is the society, and this society, in Morocco we have a society, for example, in Sfro or in another in Oujda we have a society, and also in the world we have an international community. Okay? So what do we mean by international community? It means all the people around the world, all the NGOs, all the political leaders, a lot of people are worried about the global warming. C. Rewrite the sentences beginning with the words given. Rewrite the sentences beginning with the words given. We're going to rewrite. So we have because of what? Because of bad weather. So the weather was bad, and because of this bad weather, the airport authorities, the police there, for example, the airport authorities cancelled. They cancelled all flights. So all flights, okay, when we want to start with the direct object, as we saw in other videos, direct object, this is what? This is the passive voice. So the active form is what? Is that the airport authorities, so the authorities of the airport, they did what? They cancelled, okay, that's the verb, all flights. This is the direct object. So all flights, now we look at the verb is cancelled, it's in the past simple, cancelled, and we're going to use, okay, the verb to be in the past, so all flights. Now we have S here, watch out, it's not one flight, it's flights. So are we going to use was or were? This is a good question, because many students, they don't pay attention to the subject of the sentence, and sometimes when they want to use were, they use was, etc. So all flights were what? Were cancelled. Okay. Who cancelled the flights? It's by the airport authorities. Why? if you want to finish because of the bad weather, because of the bad weather. Okay, where if we had the flight, one flight, so if we had the flight, so the authorities canceled the flight, or my flight. So here we're going to say my flight was, because it would be here singular, but here we have it in the plural form. Number 2, where did you spend your holiday? Where did you spend, did you spend your holiday? Rashid asked his friend. Rashid asked his friend a question. What is the question? Where did you spend your holiday? Which lesson is this? It's the reported speech or the indirect speech. We have a question here. Where did you spend your holiday? The tense of the question is, what is the past simple? Because we have did you. And if you remember in the reported speech, the past becomes what? Becomes past perfect. The past becomes past perfect. Okay, I write it here in the reported speech. Past simple turns into past perfect. And past perfect is what is had, and the past participle. This is the past perfect. Now, Rashid wanted to know. He wanted to know what? He wanted to know where. Okay. He wanted to know where. Now we have did you spend? As we saw in other videos. We invert did you, etc. Did you go? Can you? We do inversion. Why? Because we are asking a question. But here we are not asking a question. So we should have the subject first, then the modal or the verb. Okay? So here the subject you. Who is you? Where did you? He's talking to who? He is talking to his friend. So Rashid wanted to know where his friend, and we have now did you spend. We said that the past simple becomes past perfect. So where his friend had, very good, had, okay. Did you spend? We said in the past perfect we need the past participle. What is the past participle of spend? Spend in the holiday. Spend spent with T. Very good. So where his friend had spent. Okay, spent, past participle. Spent what? Spent. Now here we have your holiday. We're talking about the friend. So where his friend had spent his holiday. His holiday. Okay? So where did you spend your holiday? Rashid asked his friend. Rashid wanted to know where, now the subject first, where his friend had spent his holiday. Let's continue. Three, you didn't check a dictionary. You did not have a look at the dictionary. Didn't check a dictionary. That's why you made many spelling mistakes. You did not know how to write some words. Spelling mistakes. So you made a lot of spelling mistakes. Why? Because you did not check the dictionary. Now we have if again. Okay, if is the conditional. How can we know if it's conditional type 3, type 2 or type 1? By looking at the verbs. We have didn't check and you made. Made is the past of make. And did not also is the past. So the conditional that we talk about in the past, that deals with the past actions and past situations, is conditional type 3. Let's remember, try to recall the rule of conditional type 3. So conditional type 3 we have if, and in the if clause we have if, had, and past participle, which is the past perfect. And in the main clause we have would or could have past participle. We're going to use this. Now, where is the problem? You did not check the dictionary, you made mistakes. Where is the source of the problem? Is it you didn't check or you made mistakes? You made mistakes, why? Because you did not check the dictionary. So if you had, now I need the past participle of the verb check. It's a regular verb. So if you had checked, ed, if you had checked what? A dictionary, comma, it's very important, okay? If you had checked a dictionary, now in reality you made mistakes, you made. Now you, let's imagine the opposite, you wouldn't. You would not what? You would not have, you wouldn't have what? You wouldn't have made past participle. So make is the infinitive, past simple made, past participle made. You wouldn't have made what? You wouldn't have made spelling mistakes. Spelling mistakes. Okay, fine. Let's carry on. F. Okay? Fill in each gap, fill in the gap with the correct word from the list. With the correct word from the list. Clean this too. We take the bus to the stadium. We go to the stadium. We can go on foot. Okay? So we can go, the stadium is not very far because we can go on foot. So if I can go on foot, I can go on foot. And there is the bus. We need to take the bus. We need take the bus, or we needn't take the bus. What do you think? We take the bus to the stadium to watch a football match. We can go on foot. So we can go on foot means that the stadium is not far, it is near. So do we need the bus here? We don't need the bus. So we're going to use we needn't. We needn't, it means it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Okay, number 2. Moroccan NGOs. So NGOs, we have seen this in another video. An NGO is what? Is a non-governmental organization. It's an organization which is not governmental, which doesn't have a relation with the governments. It is independent, okay? So Moroccan NGOs often these NGOs help villages. Now the villages suffer from poverty. So some villages suffer from poverty. They have this problem of poverty, and the NGOs help them. Now the NGOs help which villages? Not all the villages, but the villages. Now this is the lesson of relative clauses. These are relative pronouns. Now is it whom or which or whose? Okay? First, whom is used to talk about people, about a person. But here we have village. So we cannot use whom. Now we still have which and whose. Probably whose. But whose is possessive. So this is for person. We can't because it's a village. Here it's an object for objects, and village is an object. It's possible, and it's also possessive. Possessive. What do you mean by possessive? It means, for example, when I say the person, the man whose car, the man whose what? Whose car. The student whose mother, whose father, whose brother. Okay, the city whose weather, the singer whose voice. It's something that belongs to the person, or it can be the person or the object, as I said, the city whose weather. So do we have something that belongs to the village? Do we have the villages whose weather, whose people? Do we have a noun here? No, we have a verb, suffer, so we cannot use whose. So the right one here is the villages which suffer. Villages which suffer from poverty. Let's go to F. Match each expression with its appropriate function. So we have a number of functions, we have a number of expressions or sentences, and we need to match. Let's check the functions. We have responding to good news. When someone tells you a good news, what do you say? How do you respond? B. Expressing lack of understanding. Lack of understanding means you do not understand, or you did not understand what the person said or wrote. C. Asking for advice. You have a problem and you need people to give you some advices, some ideas, asking for advice. D. Expressing apology. You want to apologize. And E. Expressing your opinion. Let's go. Number 1. I can't concentrate on my work. I can't concentrate on my work. What should I do? So if someone tells you, I can't concentrate on my work, what should I do? This person is asking you a question here. He's asking for what? He's asking for your advice. Very good. So that's C. Asking for advice. Number 2. In my view, what is view? In my view, it's in my personal opinion. So in my view, video games affect, they have a consequence, they have an effect on children's behavior. Okay, they become super active, maybe they become violent because some games, there is a lot of violence in those games. So in my opinion, in my view, video games affect. So this is what? This is expressing opinion. E. This is the one. 3. That sounds great. That's great. Congratulations. Congratulations. This expression here, congratulations, we use it for good news when someone tells you that I passed an exam, or I found a job, or I got married or something, she's pregnant, etc. We say congratulations. This is what? This is responding to good news. It's A right here. And 4, what do you mean by deforestation? What do you mean by, so this person does not understand deforestation. This is something also that you studied in sustainable development, is the cutting of, or excessive cutting of trees. When we cut trees, you see here there is forest and it's deforestation. So what do you mean by deforestation? It's what? What do you mean? What do you mean? It means the person does not understand. It's lack of understanding. B. Okay? Now the last task, G. Write appropriate responses to the following situations. We have situations and we have to use the right and appropriate expressions that fit, that suit the situation. Your friend, I did not pass. Did not pass. Some students confuse pass with French. Passer l'examen. No, that's sit for an exam. To take an exam or sit for an exam. Okay? When in English, when we say pass the exam, it's succeed. Pass is succeed. So when the friend is saying I didn't pass, it's not I did not take the exam, I was absent. No, it means I took the exam and the result was bad. I didn't pass. I did not succeed the exam. I failed, okay? So not pass is fail. So I did not pass my driving test yesterday. Is it a good news or bad news here? I didn't, it's a bad news. Now here we saw, that sounds great, congratulations. Can we say congratulations here? No, because this friend did not pass. What can we say here, okay? Okay, how to respond to bad news. If someone tells you a bad news, for example, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. This is just one, okay? I'm sorry for you. Let's motivate the person. Let's give some chance, some hope to this person. I'm sorry for you, for example. You can make it next time, okay? You can make it. Now here make it means you can succeed. You can make it next time or the next time, etc. Okay? I'm sorry for you. This is the expression that we can use here. Number two, your friend is saying, my computer is infected with a virus. There is a virus in my computer. Now, what do you need to say here? Okay, if someone tells you, I have a virus in my computer, you are going to give this person an advice, okay, and a suggestion, an idea. Now, what idea can we give to this person whose computer is infected? This person whose computer is infected, we can say, for example, you should, I'm sorry for you. You should what? The verb install. You should install what? An antivirus. Very good. An antivirus. So a good antivirus is going to remove the virus from the computer. We will stop here, guys. Thank you so much for your attention and see you next time. Bye bye.